Hey guys, it's your boy V back with more Mount Fujified content, and we finally have the winter patch details for the Rogue uniform as well as Fill Agent Coulson. Let's see, as winter approaches, a specialist of absorption abilities and elite agents of SHIELD have secretly begun their mission. Rogue, who has used various abilities through absorption, obviously getting the tier 4, and Phil Coulson finally getting a uniform and a tier 3 advancement after so long these years. Let's see what we have. Two new uniform. They're called the Winter Ops. So first of all, we have the Rogue uniform. Obviously, this is gonna be the paywall 30 tokens uniform superhero. We have a uniform effect changed to 15% chain hit damage when attacking. Skill damage and bonus damage 35% and 40%. That is a big one. And also the critical damage buff on the uniform skill is gonna help her out. Tier 2 passive right now is guaranteed dodge rate by 25%, all buff and debuff duration, just like this Captain Marvel's passive. So she's going to be very strong with a CTP of Rage or a CTP of Judgment. We will see if she is actually elemental. And then we have decreased basic damage received by 30%. Passive, 4-star passive, we have critical rate increased by 20%, critical damage increased by 30%, as well as super armor, which is really helpful in certain content. First skill, she has silence and has mind damage. Okay. We have second skill, which is cold damage. So she is a mixed elemental striker or character, it seems like. So first skill has silence. Second skill has chill, stun, and freeze. Doesn't really matter. Third skill has shock, and paralyze. So she already has silence, paralyze, and shock. Accumulation, pure damage dealt, which is good, 0.8%. Fourth skill has stun, remove active buff, incapacitation, paralyze, HP recovery, and reflect damage, as well as damage immunity. Again, mind damage on the fourth skill, and the fifth skill has stun, freeze, fracture, invincibility for 3 seconds, and a 40% all defense and attack buff, which looks really nice. So she has silence, paralyze, shock, and fracture on this one. She does not have burn and she does not have snare, it seems, but that's okay. Tier 4 skill we can always do with that. Now, doesn't seem like a humongous increase for Rogue. I think it's mainly gonna be on the tier 4 skill, how strong it is, but we will see about that. Phil Coulson looks like insane. I love this look, honestly. Blast superhero, 1750 crystal uniform. To superhero allies, now he also gives HP increase and decrease damage received to heroes. I'm not sure how much this is going to be helpful, but we will see. Tier 2 passive, now, okay, this is a good one. So the guaranteed critical rate remains the same, 20%. It is the same, it not changed. But the supervillain faction damage goes up from 45% to 50%, which is really nice. Also, you get less damage received from 20% from villains as well. Passive support skill to self, I wish it was all allies. 40% to energy attack, as well as 5% chain hit damage when attacking. First skill has nothing. Second skill has paralyze. Third skill has freeze, barrier. Okay, barrier, seriously. Fourth skill has chill, silence, invincibility, 60% all attack and defense frenzy buff. And the fifth skill, shield surprise gift, has freeze, paralyze, 100% chance to immunity for 1 second. Okay, 1 second. I think it could be the refreshing buff. We will see. Actually, to all allies. So I think it's going to be a refreshing buff. And recovery HP 25%, 40% of basic all attack. So they kind of jacked them up, and actually I'm happy with the rework that he's getting right now, but I was really hoping for, slightly increase. So at least for the PvE value, although he's very strong already, especially for some characters like Luna Snow, we don't really need that. But it would have been nice if we had some extra chain hit damage, or at least this guaranteed critical rate would go up at least 2%. Sadly, that's not gonna happen. I really hope this uniform is actually worth, so we will see about that. Although seasonal uniforms are always nice, we will see. Rogue tier 4 ability destroyer. We have loss. Okay, this is kind of weird. Okay, we have a new effect in the game, loss, which is we're gonna be dealing 30% extra bonus damage every 1 second, and remove active buffs from target for 2 seconds. So it's only working for 2 seconds, so for unless it is a refreshing buff. So 30% bonus damage is actually a big deal if you look at his bonus damage already. So she's already doing 40% extra bonus damage. So with the tier 4 skill, she will be doing 30% more. Sadly, the fact is that Alliance Battle Legend Beast as well as Surtur, they do not have any typing. So the bonus damage should not work on them, which I really feel bad about. It could be useful on certain world bosses like Mephisto, but that's about it. I really hope this is like, I wish it was just to all enemies, but well, it actually is to all enemies, but it's bonus damage. So I'm not sure if it's gonna apply to Beast or Surtur, but we'll see about that. Also, skill effect, you get that following effect for 10 seconds. When the loss effect is used, this one, your attack increases by 30%. It stacks up to 90% attack for 10 seconds, which is good. And then we have physical damage, 600% of physical attack. That's a big number. That is actually a big number. Rogue's attack stat, honestly, as being a speed character, is not huge. So I'm not saying it's gonna be like humongous increase in our damage, but it looks nice. Although I really wish that the only thing I think this skill is providing right now is basically the 90% stackable buff as well as the extra damage, and hopefully the damage from the tier 4 skill is actually good as Magneto. It would have been really good. Sadly, honestly, I'm not exactly happy with Rogue unless the uniform is already OP enough, you know, to make enough scores, and I hope that kind of works out in Alliance Battle Legend, because that's where the main value of Rogue is gonna be after this one. Phil Coulson tier 3 also, we have initiate operations, ignore target dodge rate by 80% for 10 seconds, invincibility for 10 seconds, 80% proc on this skill for one attack as well as some extra damage. We cannot see the animation here. New artifacts. So we have the artifact. Oh, dude, I was just thinking about the Fury artifact. Yes, Coulson is insane. So not like on top of the 5% we are getting, we are also getting 15% ignore target dodge rate to all the superhero allies, and boss type damage increase by 15%, just like Nick Fury. Really good artifact, love it. It's gonna be a must have, and it's gonna be much easier to cap ABX on the open days and ABL also on the open days with Luna Snow specifically. Rogue artifact, we have, okay, another good one. Actually, this is made for Alliance Battle Legend. It is made for Alliance Battle Legend. Supervillain type damage increased by 15%. Also alien character damage by 15%. So it is going to be applying to Surtur because Surtur is an alien. Yes, supervillain, it basically falls into every category. So total we're getting 30% damage increase to Surtur, which looks really good, and I think they kind of really just made her for Alliance Battle Legend specifically. That's where the main value is, and at least the artifact saves the day. I was not really happy with the tier 4 skill and the changes that Rogue is getting, unless the uniform was actually going to be OP. But the artifact now puts really good value, and I think this is going to be also a must have. We look forward to your active participation in the event that will be held to support the growth of the updated hero. So we should probably be getting this update tomorrow. I guess I'm not sure what time it is right now. It's 11:39 p.m. here. So tomorrow 8:30 a.m. IST or 8 to 8:30 a.m. IST is usually when the mid-month patch arrives. Looks really good, honestly. Coulson got a really good buff as well as nice passive for a team up. I think the uniform is going to be totally worth it, specifically combined with the artifact. But even if you don't get the uniform, like apart from the HP, you're basically getting 5% extra damage. So if you really don't want to purchase a uniform, you can just keep Coulson as is, get the artifact, but artifact is going to be a must have, and you can easily definitely score more with your Luna Snow, which is going to be really good. I'm going to test her out as well as Rogue. Looking forward to test this girl out. Obviously the paywall uniform, but I hope she replaces Storm, and she should replace Storm, specifically after that artifact being designed specifically for Alliance Battle Legend. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about these patch notes. And as always, if you do enjoy the content, I hope to see you again. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.